Welcome back to ProjectRE and welcome to my project flip funhouse. You guys, this is a weird one. It's a project I just paid $1.45 million for. We're gonna put $200,000 in the renovation and we're hoping to sell this thing for $2,050,000 or $2.1 million. So the reason this is a funhouse is this is kind of a weekend warrior special. The homeowner has spent a ton of money upgrading things and cosmetically it doesn't appear to be in that bad a shape, but the flow is terrible. It is not livable. And so many things got moved around, we got to deconstruct and put it back to get highest and best use. This is one of the hardest types of projects to do. All right, so let's go take a look and I'm gonna walk you through what we have to do in a cost-effective way to fix this house and turn it into a $2 million home. The first thing that we gotta do is fix this schematic. So previously the homeowner's house was right here and the door was probably coming through this way, and they decided to do an addition with a 2-car garage off the back. And it doesn't look absolutely terrible, but it also doesn't look like a $2 million house to me. And so sometimes one of the best things that you can do to hide something like this is to hide it in plain sight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip off all this siding and we're gonna do an accent siding that is gonna be either a different lay, we might go vertical on it, it might be some natural wood, but we're gonna pop this out and actually play into it, enhance this front to give it some dimension. The next thing we're gonna do is this weird little window up here needs to be balanced out. Those are things that throw off your schematics in the house. We got one window here, doesn't look right, we're gonna get 2 to 3 windows in, bring it in to bring in this through. We're gonna add in some modern garage doors, and now we went from a weird overlay to where we're popping the things out and it has some curb appeal, and that's what we want, to enhance that. The front entryway is gonna get poured with new concrete, with some planter boxes, because it's a mid-century home and we kinda wanna play into that kind of modern feel. But this is the least of our problems. Now check this out. So front door, you come in, where do you go? You don't go to your living room, you go right into a bedroom. That's bad. You don't want that, you guys, this is not good. As you come in, your first impression is this kind of weird bedroom. It's a normal size. We got a bathroom over here, but it's a terrible layout. In addition to, this bedroom knocks off the access into our garage, which isn't very livable as well. So we're gonna need to reframe this whole section. Right now, you guys, this house is so confusing. I'm getting as-built where someone's sketching out the current floor plan. And then I'm gonna start playing around with these plans to see what the most cost-effective way is to balance it out. This here though has to get fixed. No matter what, if this front door's here, we gotta get this open. One solution is we might be able to put the front door back in this section because the homeowners put in this new staircase here, which is again kind of weird in itself. Not only that, it's not code. You can fall right over. So I'm gonna have to rebuild all these railings up anyways, and it might make more sense and cost effective to just flip the stairs in a different direction. I gotta play with this. Be on the lookout, you guys. After this video, I'm gonna do an as-built floor plan of how I'm gonna fix this house. So stay tuned, because this is a tough one. So as you come in, this space is good. We got vaulted ceilings, we got a living room, and then we got this big, big kitchen, which is great. But it's kind of off balance right now, and we have a lot of wasted space, and we're missing a lot of the spaces that we need. So right now, the good thing is we got good space to work with. It's a matter of how do we make it sell for the highest and best use. I'm already thinking, one plan I know that kind of came up in my brain was the kitchen should be actually back in this section of the house. You come in, you have a nice kitchen, you got a little dining area, this becomes your living room, flows out to your deck, and then one possibility that we might do is frame this in and turn this into a bedroom back in this section, because then our house is living all the way through here. So that's one option. There's some other options I'm working on, but I gotta run the math on it. So as you come down this hallway, one thing I've noticed is, it's kind of weird. On your hallway, yes, you got your stairs here, but then you got this kind of weird bathroom that's smaller than normal. Typically in this house, this bathroom is 9 feet wide. This is about 7 feet wide, which is a little weird. We gotta be able to get a double vanity sink, a tub, and a toilet in, which is gonna be a little bit problematic. And it just the spacing's throwing me a little off. And as you transition down this way, the other thing I'm noticing is you come in, you got this big, big bedroom. So right now we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house for a $2 million home in Bellevue. That is not gonna sell. We have to get 3-bed, 2-bath up here. So we're gonna need to reconfigure this thing around. The other thing that I'm noticing is this is the center of your house. This is where the main beam comes through. This is the sign that I'm seeing that the homeowners really configured a lot of things around in a weird way, or reconfigured. After looking at this, what I realized is this was 2 bedrooms before, but the hallway couldn't have came down into 2 bedrooms through here. The homeowners moved the hallway over too. So that's why the house is unbalanced. So another floor plan that I'm starting to explore is how do we get this back to normal? Well, this hallway needs to be shifted down to the other side of this wall. That will give us access to the 2 bedrooms. That will also increase our bathroom size and increase this size to get another bedroom in this section if we want to keep the front door where it is. When you're walking through houses that have had add-ons and add-ons, you want to kind of slow down, because honestly on my first walk just a couple of days ago, I didn't even realize this until just right now. This kitchen is really big. So the homeowners made it a big kitchen with 2 big bedrooms because that's how they lived. That's not how a family's gonna live. The hallway should actually be right here. And the good thing about this is this house was framed all this way to where we can get the hallway back in, and it's not a lot of structural framing. We're just putting 2x4s back so we can keep some costs down. But if we create our hallway through here, we can actually get a kitchen through here, dining, living room, and then we would get 3 bedrooms and a bathroom in this section, and we could potentially turn that into our primary suite if we adjust where the door location is. So there's a lot of different options right now. But that's your sign that you're working with a weekend warrior house, or, you know, a house that's gonna eat up your budget a lot more. If I walked this house and the floor plan wasn't so weird, I would think this is about $150,000 rental for us. But because of the layout changes and the weirdness of it, I had to add $50,000 more. I had to budget up 20 to 30% more to get this budget to where it needs to be to get the money out of it. So as you're walking through these houses, make sure you go, every time you walk in, be like, is this normal? And if the answer is no, your buyer's gonna think that too, and most likely it wasn't built this way. If the answer is also no, that means your budget's gonna be a lot more because you have to spend so much more time fixing it. So let's go take a look at the basement and see what we gotta do here. Right now, stairs come down, which I don't hate the stairs right here, depending on the layout that we have to figure out, but I'm thinking this has to go back to a bedroom. As you come down, this is a problem. I'm not tall, who's gonna make it through this? So we already know how they set their stairs. That's gonna get it to move down anyways, because we have to have access to our basement this normal height. Next, you come down the stairs. More weird, more fun house. You hit your head, then you run right into a wall here. Not great for flow, not great for feeling. So we gotta get this wider. And this is where, this isn't normal, so you wanna look for the dead spaces. Now, luckily, in this weird closet thing, we're gonna blow this out because we want people to flow down in the stairs and not walk into a coffin. So now this is open, we can cut back these railings through here, and a weird dark dungy basement just got a lot airier and brighter. You don't feel like you're walking into this little small box. So down in this section is the least part of the fun house. We got a fireplace through here, we got a bonus space, and like, look, we got another weird hallway situation. So as you come through here, we can leave the bonus in here, but as you come through, they created this hallway, you go into a mudroom. This is where you're supposed to be doing your laundry. You have a staircase that's floating. Ghost ride the staircase right here. There's nothing holding this up. Then you come through in this section, gets a little worse. Then their washer dryers are free-loaded and just standing there. Nothing's making sense. And this area is just a little too tight. And after you get through your weird laundry room, you come into a bathroom in here. And this is the flow that you're going to get back to this bedroom through here. Not great. We have a bathroom down here, which is a vanity, a toilet. Doesn't quite fit right. Then you come into a weird shaped bedroom through here, and it's just all out of balance. And the other access point, if you don't want to go through your laundry room and your bathroom, is you can just go right through your kitchen to get into your bedroom. That works too, right? So this whole house is just all out of whack, and it's all out of plumbing. Or not out of plumbing, it's got plumbing. It's all out of balance. And so as renovators, this can be very, very expensive to fix, but we also can do it in kind of a cost-effective way. Good thing is, this is 2x4 framing, and we know that the middle of the house was right here at one point. This here is our major load point, and the hallway is supposed to be coming through here. So what the homeowners did is they shrunk everything to this side of the house. They made this side of the house the wide, and everything's out of whack. So we need to actually create our hallway coming through here, which is gonna expand our laundry room. We can put a door in through there. Then we can put a door into our bathroom in this section as the hallway comes down. We do not need this big of a kitchen. We're gonna leave a little wet bar, but a wet bar can just be fridge, toilet, sink over here, little peninsula here to hang out, maybe not. But then our hallway's flowing down to where you have a bedroom, bathroom, laundry room. That makes sense for livability and how people are using it. But these are the things that cost a lot of money. When I look at this house, we have can lighting, we have good electrical, the plumbing's not terrible, we have a decent hot water tank, we have a good furnace. These are big items in a renovation, but what's the even bigger item is relaying out the whole house. We're gonna have to systematically reframe the entire center of this house to get the bedrooms and bathrooms in the right spots. This has to be done if you want to sell your house for top dollar. And you need to budget for it up front. When you're walking your next flip, if it looks clean, it looks shiny, it's got good mechanicals, it doesn't matter if the flow's bad. And these things dramatically will add up. So from here, we have someone coming out to do an as-built for us. They're gonna lay everything out with all the measurements. I'm gonna look at where the frame walls are, and I'm gonna start playing with 2 to 3 different floor plans to see what the most cost-effective plan that's gonna get me to my highest price. I'm then gonna take those plans, look at comps, and go, what makes the most amount of sense for math? Can I maybe get this house to 2.1 million if I spend an extra 25 grand relaying it out? Can I get it to maybe 2 million and spend less than my 200 and leave some spaces that way? Our jobs as renovator is to look at the highest and best use. We gotta look at what's our cost going into the construction, what can we get out of it, and then put that plan in play. So stay tuned. Watch for the as-built video. I'm gonna show you the plan and why and how I'm saving money. But before I can save money, I gotta figure out how to save money in my yard. Come check this out. So out here, you guys, we got this really cool lot and we got this massive deck structures. These are huge budget busters. Now look at this. This deck is sunken down here. This thing is so out of whack. We got a way too big a deck. We have a huge yard that has no grass surfaces. And again, we gotta balance this thing out. We don't want the magical garden. We gotta get grass in here. Now, there's a lot of good trees that we can relocate out, make this feel good, but we also have to make this patio working. So a way for us, this deck needs a lot of work, is instead of repairing, we can tear off and shrink. We don't need this big of a depth for our comps. So we're gonna cut this deck back to this corner here. All this is gonna get demoed out through here. And we're gonna have a sun area of the patio and then an undercover part of the patio. This is gonna save us money by ripping this off because we don't need to repair all this lumber and we're gonna have a more usable patio, so it's a win-win. In addition to, as we go through, we know our demographics to our buyer. This is way too low, guys. Our demographics for our buyer is gonna be a small family here. If we look at our total yard space, we have the magical garden with no grass, and then we have more decks. We got decks on decks right now. They come off that weird bedroom off here. This thing is all rotted out. There's a hot tub in here. And so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna demo this deck from this corner over, rip this out, and then do all new sod through here, wrap the sod around, which will save us some money because we don't have to rip out all those cool plants out there. We can kind of make that a cool garden, add a little bit more sod, but we don't have to redo the whole thing. In addition to, we're saving money by not having to rebuild these decks, we're just demoing them. So it's a win-win. We're getting the spaces we need without blowing the budget. We're actually saving on our budget. So these are all things that we gotta think about with the Weekend Warrior special houses, guys. These things can be a nightmare. They don't look that bad, but they're terrible. And so my job right now is to go back, figure out the floor plans, sketch them out. All right, so stay tuned, guys, and we're gonna show you how we're gonna make this thing a $2 million house without blowing our entire budget. If you want more videos like this, like and subscribe below. Don't buy the next fun house, because it ain't that fun to be flipping.